What is up, Switch leaders? It's Tyler, and we are back with another week of Switch. And man, last week we had senior night. It was a really cool opportunity where we just got to be able to celebrate the seniors here, just make them feel loved, make them feel special in their last final weeks here as a student at Switch. And man, did I hear a lot about just good conversations that came out of that, and just how the seniors felt honored, they felt loved by those of you who just showered them with encouraging comments, and just was able to pray for them, and they really felt like the Switch community around here truly just came around them and wrapped them with a loving embrace. And so I'm glad that we got to send off our seniors like that here in their next season of life, and I'm excited to see what God does in their lives as they take this next step to whatever God has prepared them for in this next season. But this week, we have a really cool week, something that we have never done here at Mansfield Switch, and that is Color Wars. I know that there are so many students who are excited for Color Wars. They've been asking to do Color Wars for the longest time, and so this week we get to do that. And so wear white, encourage your students to wear white, and so if you guys would like to participate in Color Wars, make sure you guys wear white, because it's going to show up all the more, and it's going to make it all the more fun as well. We're going to do Color Wars at the end of the night, similar to how we did Water Wars, and so we will do that at the end after small groups. So small groups may be dismissed a little bit early, so just give you guys the heads up. And then we will all take the students out to the parking lot. We will go out into the grass, and then we will commence an all-out Color War. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. And then we only have 3 weeks left of Switch. 3 weeks left until we break for the summer. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of sad because Wednesday nights without Switch are just not the same. And I know some of you guys are probably looking forward to having some rest, having some time with your family, all the such. But I really want to encourage us that as we finish these last 3 weeks of Switch, let's finish strong. Let's bring the intensity. Let's bring the intentionality. Let's meet our students where they're at. Let's continue to encourage our students to invite, to show up, to be reaching out to them, finding out what their summer plans are, so that way we can figure out how maybe throughout the summer you guys can get together with your small groups, whether it's doing Bible plans or meeting up for Chick-fil-A or dinner or game nights, whatever the case might be. Just because Switch ends on June 3rd doesn't mean those relationships take a break as well. And so just want to encourage you guys there over these next few weeks. Let's be leaning in all the more. Let's show up consistently, show up for our students, and just lean into what God has for us in these final weeks. And then that kind of brings us into the summer. And so you guys might be wondering, well, is there any summer plans for Switch? What are we doing? I've gotten a lot of questions on that. And so kind of like where we are at right now is I'm still trying to figure it out. And so I know for a fact that we are going to be doing Bible plans with our students, and you guys as leaders are welcome to join us throughout the summer. It's going to be here at the church. I'm still nailing down dates for that. And so I will get you guys that information as soon as I have it. But I'm also kind of in the process of figuring out what does God have for us as a Switch community here throughout this summer. Aside from those Bible plans, I really want us to lean into relationships. I really want to lean into spiritual formation with each other, with our students. And so I'm looking for opportunities where we can do that. Have a few ideas down pat that I want to be able to think through, process through, pray through. And so if you guys have ideas as well, would love to hear that. But that should be coming, information on that should be coming here in the next couple of weeks that we're going to be pushing to in the summer. It won't be all summer long, but it will be just occasionally throughout the summer. The plan is that we are going to be meeting. We're going to be doing something as your guys' schedules allow for that. I would love for you guys to be a part of that as well. And then we'll come back August the 5th, ready for it in the fall semester. But this week's message, we are in week 2 of our new message series called Exile. And this week we're actually going to be talking about the prophet Daniel. And we're going to be in specifically Daniel chapter 6. And we're going to be talking about how our faith is demonstrated by what we do consistently, not just what we say or do occasionally. And I know that we as followers of Jesus, especially in our students where they're going through life, all of life's pressures and expectations and everything else, the influences, the voices around them, it can be really hard to be consistent, to stay strong in your faith when that pressure comes our way. But we're going to be using Daniel as an example of that, and how even in this Babylonian empire, he's out of his his culture, and he is taken away from his faith, he is still strong and steadfast in his faith. Scripture actually tells us that he was faithful, always responsible, and completely trustworthy. And people around him actually had problems with that. They did not like that he was so trustworthy, that he was so responsible, so faithful. And so they tried to poke holes in that. And they could not find anything to hold against him. So they go to the king, King Darius, to be able to then spread a decree to be able to make it to where he cannot pray to his God, only pray to King Darius. And so Daniel, even in the pressure of that, being faced with being thrown into the lion's den, he goes home, he prays 3 times a day, and he still holds strong in his faith. And even despite being thrown into the lion's den, Daniel is saved. His God saves him, and because of that, King Darius is inspired, and he makes it to where everyone throughout the world knows that the right God to serve, the right God to worship is Daniel's God, the God of Israel, the God Yahweh. And so we want our students to know that they can walk away from life's pressures still holding strong in their faith, that God is with them every step of the way, strengthening them, forming them, and that we as their leaders, we as their spiritual community, we get to come alongside them in that as well. And so I'm excited for this week's message. I'm excited to see how the conversations get stirred up in this. I'll see you this Wednesday in Huddle at 6:20. You want to participate in Color Wars, wear white. Make sure you tell your students to do the same, and we'll see you then.